Stress is killing you. It's invisible, it's persistent, and it's spreading like a wildfire in your life, stealing your peace, your health, your joy. Right now, as you listen, stress is working against you. It's taking away your energy, clouding your thoughts, and shortening your life. And if we don't get a handle on it, it will keep building, little by little, until it's too heavy to bear. Stress, in simple terms, is a thief. It creeps in silently, and slowly it starts to take control. It starts with a worry here, a rush there, a sense of urgency that keeps you on edge. But then it grows. Before you know it, it's a constant presence, a weight on your shoulders that you carry with you everywhere. It's in the things you think about when you're trying to sleep. It's in the knots in your stomach, the tension in your back, the tightness in your chest. Stress doesn't just take a toll on your mind, it's physical. It's in the very cells of your body, silently pushing you toward exhaustion and illness. Stress is a killer. There's no two ways about it. And the worst part, we often don't even realize how much of it we're carrying. We live with it because it's become part of our lives. We think this is just how it is, or I'll deal with it tomorrow. But tomorrow comes and nothing changes. The stress is still there, still eating away at you, still keeping you from feeling fully alive. But here's the truth, it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to let stress control us. We don't have to accept it as just part of life. We have a choice, and we have the power to change it. No matter how difficult things may seem, no matter how heavy the weight may feel, there is always something we can do. Let's think about what stress actually is. It's a reaction to things that we believe are beyond our control. It's the feeling that things aren't going the way we want, that we're not prepared, that we're overwhelmed. It's the worry that we can't handle what's in front of us. But notice this, it's a feeling. Stress is real, yes, but it exists in our minds as a response to the world around us. And because it's in our minds, we have the ability to shape it, to change it, to decide how we respond to it. Stress wants you to believe that you're powerless, that the pressure of life is inevitable, that you're always going to be rushing, always going to be anxious, always going to be anxious, always going to be caught up in a whirlwind of worry. But that's just not true. The power of stress over us is only as strong as the control we give it. It's only as powerful as the weight we allow it to have. So what can we do? How can we take back control from stress and live in a way that feels lighter, freer, more alive? The answer lies in how we think, how we see our lives, how we respond to challenges. Stress feeds on fear and anxiety. It loves a chaotic mind, a cluttered heart, a busy soul. But the moment we start to create space, to calm the noise, to see things clearly, that's when stress begins to lose its grip. First, we have to make a decision. A decision that we're not going to let stress run our lives. We have to be clear and firm with ourselves. We have to say, I will not allow stress to control me. I will not let it steal my energy, my health, my happiness. This decision is the foundation. It's the line we draw in the sand, the commitment we make to ourselves. And from this decision, we begin to build. One of the most powerful ways to counteract stress is to focus on the present moment. When we're stressed, our minds are often racing to the future or stuck in the past. We're worrying about what might happen or regretting what has happened. But stress has a hard time surviving in the present. When you bring yourself to the here and now, when you focus on what's right in front of you, stress loses its footing. I think about it when you're truly in the moment, when you're fully engaged in what you're doing, there's little room for worry. The mind doesn't have time to race, it doesn't have time to create problems that don't exist. Focus on your breath. Feel the air as it fills your lungs. Notice the sounds around you, the sensations in your body. These small actions can bring you back to the present and help ground you. But it's not just about living in the moment. It's also about letting go of things we can't control. So much of our stress comes from trying to control everything around us. We want things to go a certain way, and when they don't, we feel anxious, frustrated, tense. But life isn't meant to be controlled, it's meant to be lived. And part of living is learning to accept that there are things beyond our control. We can't control every outcome. We can't control what others do or say. We can't control every twist and turn. What we can control is how we respond. We can choose to respond with calm, with patience, with a sense of ease. We can decide that we're going to handle whatever comes our way with grace and strength. This is where true power lies in our response. Stress may throw challenges our way, but we have the ability to rise above them, to meet them with courage, to keep moving forward. Let's also talk about self-care, because taking care of ourselves is essential in managing stress. Our bodies and minds are connected, and when one is off balance, the other feels it. If we're not getting enough rest, if we're not nourishing our bodies, if we're not taking time for ourselves, stress will find an easy way in. Sleep, nutrition, exercise, these aren't just luxuries, they're necessities. When we take care of ourselves physically, we build resilience. We give ourselves the strength to handle whatever comes our way. Another key element is perspective. Stress often magnifies things. It makes small problems feel huge, temporary setbacks feel permanent. It clouds our judgment and convinces us that things are worse than they are. But perspective is a powerful tool. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, when you remind yourself that this moment is just a part of a larger journey, stress starts to shrink. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year? In 5 years? Often the things that stress us out are temporary. They're passing moments, bumps in the road. But stress tricks us into thinking they're the end of the world. When we take a step back, when we see things with perspective, we realize that most of what we're stressing about isn't as important as it seems. This isn't to say that our challenges aren't real, they are. But it's about seeing them in context, recognizing that we have the strength to face them, that they don't define us. And let's remember the power of gratitude. Stress is powerful, but gratitude is stronger. When we focus on what we have, on what's going well, on the blessings in our lives, stress starts to lose its hold. Gratitude shifts our focus. It takes our attention away from what's wrong and places it on what's right. It reminds us that there's so much to be thankful for, so much to appreciate, so much to celebrate. Every day, make it a point to acknowledge the good in your life. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. It could be as simple as a warm meal, a kind word, a moment of peace. When we make gratitude a habit, stress finds it harder to take root. We start to see life as a gift, as an opportunity, as something precious. Finally, we have to remember that stress is part of life, but it doesn't have to control our lives. There will always be challenges, there will always be moments of tension, there will always be things that don't go as planned. But we have the choice in how we respond. We have the choice to approach life with a calm heart, a clear mind, and a resilient spirit. Life is too short to let stress dictate how we feel, how we act, how we live. We owe it to ourselves to take back control, to live with peace, to be present, to find joy. Stress may come, but we have the power to face it, to rise above it, to live fully in spite of it. Stress is a test of our resilience. It's there to challenge us, to see how strong we are, to push us to grow. But it's not there to break us. We're stronger than we know, stronger than we give ourselves credit for. Life is full of moments that feel overwhelming, situations that make us feel stretched thin, times when it seems like everything is falling apart. But these moments don't define us. They're opportunities to prove to ourselves what we're capable of. Think of stress as a weight, like one you'd lift in a gym. The first time you try to lift it, it feels heavy. It feels like too much. But over time, as you keep lifting, you get stronger. The weight becomes easier to handle. It doesn't change, but you do. You build the strength to carry it without it weighing you down. This is what we can do with stress in our lives. We can't always remove it, but we can become strong enough to carry it without letting it crush us. We can become resilient. Resilience doesn't mean that we don't feel stress. It means we feel it, but we don't let it break us. We don't let it stop us from living, from moving forward, from enjoying the beauty of life. We allow ourselves to feel, to experience, to process, but then we keep going. We keep moving forward with a sense of purpose and a determination to live fully. Let's remember, too, the importance of connecting with others. Stress can make us feel isolated, like we're alone in our struggles, but we're not. Everyone around us is carrying something, going through their own challenges, dealing with their own stress. When we open up, when we share our experiences, when we connect with others, we find support, understanding, and strength. We realize that we don't have to carry it all alone. Sometimes the greatest relief comes from simply sharing what we're going through with someone who listens, who cares, who understands. Reach out to others, build connections, offer support, and be open to receiving it. We're all in this together, and when we support each other, we become stronger as a whole. Another powerful tool against stress is purpose. When we have a purpose, when we know why we're doing what we're doing, stress becomes easier to handle. Think about what drives you, what lights you up, what gives you a sense of meaning. When you're connected to your purpose, when you're living in alignment with what matters most to you, stress can't knock you off course as easily. Purpose grounds you, anchors you, gives you a reason to keep going even when things get tough. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or complex. It can be as simple as being there for your family, as powerful as helping others, or as personal as achieving a goal you set for yourself. Whatever it is, let it be your guide. Let it be your source of strength when stress tries to pull you down. And don't forget the power of small actions. Stress often overwhelms us because we feel like everything has to be solved at once, like we have to have all the answers right now. But life doesn't work that way. Big challenges are handled one step at a time, one moment at a time. When you're feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do right now? Maybe it's taking a deep breath. Maybe it's organizing one small corner of your space. Maybe it's making a quick plan for the next hour. Small actions build momentum. They give you a sense of progress, a feeling that you're moving forward. Over time, these small actions add up, and they lead to big changes. They remind you that you're capable, that you're in control, that you have the power to handle what comes your way. Let's also remember to be kind to ourselves. Stress often brings out our inner critic. It makes us feel like we're not good enough, like we're failing, like we're not doing enough. But this criticism only adds to the stress. It weighs us down even more. Instead, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness, with patience, with understanding. Remind yourself that you're doing your best, that it's okay to have moments of struggle, that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Forgive yourself for the moments when you stumble, for the times when things don't go as planned. We're all human. We all have moments when we feel like we're falling short. But that doesn't make us any less capable, any less valuable, any less worthy. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself the same compassion you would offer a friend. Life isn't meant to be a constant state of struggle. We're here to live, to love, to enjoy, to experience the beauty around us. Stress will always be part of life, but it doesn't have to consume us. We can choose how much power it holds. We can decide to face it with strength, with courage, with resilience. When you feel stress creeping in, take a moment to breathe. Remind yourself of your purpose, of your strength, of the things you're grateful for. Reach out to others, take small actions, keep moving forward. You're capable of handling so much more than you realize. You're stronger than stress, bigger than fear, more resilient than worry. Every day, choose to live with purpose, with gratitude, with kindness. Every day, choose to let go of what you can't control, to focus on what you can, to face life with a calm heart. Stress doesn't define you. It's a part of the journey, yes, but it's not the destination. Choose to live fully, to love deeply, to embrace each moment, and to find peace in the midst of it all. The power is within you. The power to handle stress, to face challenges, to overcome obstacles, it's already within you. Too often we underestimate our own abilities. We let stress trick us into thinking we're not capable, that we're too weak, that life is too much. But that's just an illusion. It's a voice that comes from fear, not from truth. The truth is that you have everything you need to manage stress, to handle life's demands, to create a life filled with peace, purpose, and joy. Let's talk about the power of your mind. The way you think shapes your experience. If you see every challenge as a threat, if you believe every problem is insurmountable, if you constantly tell yourself that you're overwhelmed, then stress will continue to control you. But if you start to change the way you think, if you start to see challenges as opportunities to grow, if you tell yourself, I am capable, I am strong, I can handle this, then stress loses its grip. The words we tell ourselves matter. They become our beliefs, and our beliefs shape our reality. Start telling yourself that you're strong, that you can handle anything that comes your way. Start reminding yourself that every challenge is a chance to learn, to grow, to become even stronger. You have faced challenges before, and you've made it through every single one of them. You've overcome obstacles, learned lessons, and grown in ways you might not even realize. You have a track record of resilience, of strength, of courage. And remember that life doesn't demand perfection. It doesn't expect you to have all the answers or to do everything flawlessly. Life is about progress, about learning, about growing a little bit each day. Perfection is an illusion, a myth that only adds unnecessary stress. Allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to make mistakes, to learn from them, to grow through them. Life is about the journey, not the destination. Stress often comes from feeling like we need to be somewhere else, like we're behind, like we're not where we should be. But there's no should. You're exactly where you're meant to be, learning the lessons you're meant to learn, growing in ways that are unique to you. Trust that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust that you're moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. One of the greatest sources of stress is comparison. We look at others and think they're doing better or they have it all figured out, but everyone's path is different. Everyone has their own struggles, their own challenges, their own moments of doubt. We only see a small part of other people's lives, and comparing ourselves to others only adds unnecessary stress. Instead, focus on your own path. Focus on your own growth, your own progress. Measure yourself against who you were yesterday, not against someone else. Celebrate your own victories, no matter how small they may seem. Each step forward, each lesson learned, each moment of courage, these are achievements worth recognizing. When you focus on your own journey, stress begins to fade, and a sense of peace takes its place. Let's talk about the power of rest. In a world that glorifies busyness, that values constant productivity, rest is often overlooked. But rest is essential. It's the foundation of resilience, the fuel for strength, the space where creativity and clarity thrive. Without rest, stress builds and builds until it becomes unbearable. Take time to rest, to recharge, to do nothing without guilt. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what allows you to show up fully, to give your best, to handle life's demands with grace. And let's not forget the importance of joy. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Stress often makes us forget this. We get so caught up in responsibilities and obligations and worries that we forget to find joy in the simple things. Make time for joy, for laughter, for the things that bring you peace. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying a moment of quiet, these small moments of joy are essential. They remind us of what really matters, of the beauty of life, of the peace that's always available to us. When we focus on joy, stress begins to lose its power. We realize that life isn't just about getting things done, it's about being present, about connecting, about finding beauty in each moment. Joy is a powerful antidote to stress. It lifts us up, fills us with gratitude, reminds us of all the good that exists around us. So as you move forward, remember this: stress may be a part of life, but it doesn't have to control your life. You have the power to choose how you respond. You have the power to create peace, to find joy, to live with purpose. You are stronger than stress, more resilient than worry, more capable than you know. Every day, make the choice to live fully, to focus on what matters, to let go of what you can't control. Every day, remind yourself of your strength, your resilience, your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Life is precious, and each moment is an opportunity to live with joy, with purpose, with gratitude. Let stress be a reminder of your strength. Let it be a call to rise above, to dig deeper, to connect with the peace that's always within you. You have everything you need to live a life that's free from the grip of stress, a life that's filled with purpose, peace, and joy. Live each day with intention. Face each moment with courage. Choose to live with a calm heart, a clear mind, and a spirit that refuses to be shaken. The power is within you, always. When you wake up each morning, remember that each day is a fresh start. Yesterday's stress, yesterday's worries, yesterday's mistakes, they don't have to define today. Each day you have the opportunity to set a new intention, to approach life with a renewed spirit, to bring a little more calm and a little more joy into your world. Start each day by grounding yourself. Take a moment before the busyness begins to simply breathe, to feel grateful, to set a calm intention for the day. Imagine the difference it makes to start each day with a peaceful mind instead of a racing heart. When you begin with calm, you carry that calm with you, no matter what challenges arise. Throughout the day, check in with yourself. Stress often sneaks in when we're not paying attention. We get caught up in our routines, in our tasks, in our worries, and before we know it, we're feeling tense, anxious, overwhelmed. Pause every now and then to take a deep breath. Remind yourself to release the tension in your shoulders, to relax your jaw, to soften your gaze. Small moments of mindfulness, scattered throughout the day, can make a world of difference. Notice when stress begins to build. Don't ignore it or push it down. Acknowledge it. It's okay to feel stress. It's a natural part of being human. The goal isn't to eliminate stress entirely, but to manage it, to respond to it in a healthy way. Acknowledge it, breathe through it, and then take a moment to decide how you want to respond. One powerful technique is reframing. Often stress arises from the way we interpret events. We see a challenge as a threat, an obstacle as a failure, a delay as a disaster. But what if we could change the way we look at things? Instead of seeing a challenge as a threat, we could see it as a chance to grow. Instead of viewing a mistake as a failure, we could see it as an opportunity to learn. When we reframe our perspective, we change the way we experience stress. Let's also remember the importance of laughter. Laughter is one of the most powerful tools we have for reducing stress. It lightens our hearts, brings us into the present moment, and reminds us not to take life so seriously. When we laugh, we give ourselves permission to let go, to relax, to find joy even in the midst of challenges. Make time to laugh every day. Watch something funny, share a joke with a friend, allow yourself to find humor in life's little quirks. Laughter is a gift we can give ourselves, one that lightens our load and reminds us of the joy that's always within reach. At the end of each day, take a moment to let go. Reflect on what went well, on what you learned, on the small victories you achieved. Acknowledge any stress you felt, but don't carry it with you into tomorrow. Each night, give yourself permission to release the day, to let go of the worries, the mistakes, the unfinished tasks. Rest is essential, not just for your body, but for your mind. When you go to bed, go with a heart that's at peace, with a mind that's calm, with a spirit that's ready to embrace the new day. Stress may be a part of life, but it's not the only part. There's so much more to experience, so much more to enjoy, so much more to be grateful for. Life is full of beauty, of joy, of wonder. Sometimes we just need to slow down, to look around, to appreciate the little things. The warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, the kindness of a friend, these are the moments that make life rich, that remind us of what really matters. You have within you the power to create a life that's peaceful, purposeful, and fulfilling. You have the strength to face challenges, the courage to keep going, the wisdom to know when to rest. Don't let stress steal that from you. Don't let it take away your joy, your peace, your purpose. Live each day with a heart that's open, with a mind that's calm, with a spirit that's ready to embrace whatever comes. Choose to face life with resilience, with gratitude, with the unwavering belief that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are strong, that you are more than enough. Remember, stress doesn't define you. Your strength, your courage, your resilience, those are the things that define you. Those are the qualities that will carry you through. So when stress comes knocking, meet it with calm, with strength, with grace. Remind yourself of all the times you've overcome, of all the challenges you've faced, of all the strength you've shown, and know that you can handle whatever comes next. Each moment is an opportunity to let go of stress, to embrace peace, to live fully. Take it. Embrace it. Live with purpose, with joy, with a heart that's at peace. You have the power to create a life that's free from the grip of stress, a life that's filled with meaning, with gratitude, with happiness. Life is too precious to spend it weighed down by stress. Choose to live freely, to live joyfully, to live with peace in your heart. The choice is yours.